Na, wie war der erste Tag in der neuen Schule?
Er war, glaube ich, ganz okay. Keine Ahnung.
Seht ihr manchmal jemanden an und fragt euch, was geht wohl in seinem Kopf vor?
Mädels, habt ihr das mitgekriegt?
Ja, klar doch.
Irgendwas stimmt nicht.
Wir gehen der Sache mal auf den Grund.
Who came up with this crazy idea for Inside Out?
Well, it was based on a concept that I had about using emotions as characters. Just seemed like what animation could really do well. And also watching my own daughter, who was around 11 at the time when we started, she had become much more quiet than she used to be. And it made me wonder, you know, what's going on inside of her head.
Okay, höchste Alarmbereitschaft. Gefährlicher Geruch, meine Freunde. Sekunde, was ist das?
What's the process behind it? You have this idea, it pops it out of your mind, or is this a process
and then
of
we just do it.
brainstorming? Or
It's that easy. No, it's
not.
It's not easy at all. Really, the idea is kind of like, you know, whistling on the steps of Carnegie Hall. It's not going to get you on stage. The work that everybody does, we have an amazing crew of editors and story people and writers that we get to work with. Really amazing A-class people.
Gut, lad die Tagträume ab. Ich habe ein paar mehr bestellt, falls der Unterricht ein bisschen öde wird.
Guter Plan für den Fall, dass diese neue Schule nur langweilige, unnütze Fächer hat.
But your idea was so good that it was easy to rally around it, to build that,
Yeah.
Build up to it.
Yeah, and then we just we have a whole process which we can talk about if you want, but it's basically writing and rewriting and rewriting and again until we get it right.
Das ist Ekel. Sie beschützt Riley hauptsächlich davor, vergiftet zu werden. Körperlich und gesellschaftlich.
Das ist weder bunt noch in Dinosaurierform. Augenblick, Leute. Das ist Brokkoli.
how hard was it to convince the studio to greenlight this crazy plot?
Well, it wasn't as hard as you might think, because the studio is run by John Lasseter. And when I heard the pitch...
He's kind of crazy himself.
He is, and wonderful. and I loved it just because of the potential of the fun of the animation, and it felt like it had a real great scope to it.
Ich habe eine super wichtige Aufgabe, nur für dich.
Wirklich?
And so we went to John pretty early with not much more than sort of a half-page little thing that you had written up.
Yeah.
And I sat and I watched John as Pete pitched, and John sat forward in his chair, and I was like a kid, and I thought, okay, that's what we want the audience to do. And he said, "This is great. Let's work on this and develop it." And so that was kind of it. And from that point, we had to write the script and build a team around it. And slowly but surely, it formed into the movie.
Hat er gerade gesagt, wir kriegen keinen Nachtisch?
Das ist Wut. Ihm ist es sehr wichtig, dass es gerecht zugeht.
Du kommst mir also auf die Tour, alter Mann? Kein Nachtisch? Ganz wie du willst. Wir schlucken unser Essen, aber erst schluckst du das hier.
Was there a huge discussion about the 5 emotions?
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion about which emotions to include, and I know early on we had pride as a character. I think later we sort of figured out that pride's not actually an emotion, or the part of the problem with this is there's no consensus about which emotions actually exist. Some scientists will say 27, others say 3 or 4. So it's really was kind of up to us as to how we wanted to interpret that and which ones to go with.
Oh Mann, die Schule war toll.
Was war das denn? Wollten wir nicht so tun, als wäre alles okay?
Riley, ist alles in Ordnung?
So, sie hat einfach die Augen verdreht.
I really, from the beginning, thought of this whole idea as an ensemble comedy. And so we got all these great actors who, by and large, are from other ensemble comedy shows. Amy Poehler and Mindy Kaling, and everybody, and even watching that sort of process, we got to, thanks to Bill Hader, we got to go to Saturday Night Live and watch their process. And that really informed a lot in the way we worked and wrote and kind of thought about things.
Riley, dieser neue Ton gefällt mir nicht.
Oh, ich zeig dir neuen Ton, alter Mann.
Nein, ruhig atmen.
Was ist dein Problem? Lass mich einfach in Ruhe.
So Pete, how do you feel about the absence of actors during this shooting process? You are used to it, but can you describe it?
I get to work with kind of double the actors in a way, because I get to direct the voice talent, and they're an incredibly important part of the creative input into the characters and the story. But then I also work with the animators, who in our world are kind of like the actors. They do the expressions and the gestures and really bring the characters to life in ways that may not be totally obvious, but they are great actors.
Hier kommt ein Flugzeug.
Oh, ein Flugzeug. Wir haben ein Flugzeug, sieht man.
Flugzeug. Alles steht Kopf.